SSM's Wednesday Global Africa program brings to you our news stories, exclusive reporting, and SSM perspectives on the day's top news. Plus, the inside scoop on Africa's most important developing stories. Join us on Wednesdays, 11 a.m. West African time.
Good day to you, viewers around the world. My name is Mark Godwin Iweajunwa, and I'm coming in for our Wednesday Global Africa update from Milan, Italy.
And my name is George Chukwu. I'm coming all the way from Canada, Toronto, and we want to welcome all our viewers on our Wednesday Global Update.
Good to see you, Big George.
It's a pleasure being here with you.
Yeah. So, viewers, this is it. We say that in a world full of news, every minute needs the ability to relate and connect with what matters and stay up to date. So this is what we do in our little way. We bring you up to date with occurrences in Africa, mostly in Nigeria. Big George, yesterday we know that the king is close to you. The British monarch, King Charles, is some distance away from you guys. He's there on a United States visit, and he said that this is historic relationship between United Kingdom and the UK. Before we go into the story, let's listen to some snippet from this event.
Standing here today, it is hard not to feel the weight of history on my shoulder, because the modern relationship between our two nations and our own peoples spans not merely 250 years, but over 4 centuries. It is extraordinary to think that I am the 19th in our line of sovereigns to study with daily attention the affairs of America. So I come here today with the highest respect for the United States Congress, this citadel of democracy created to represent the voice of all American people to advance sacred rights and freedoms. Speaking in this renowned chamber of debate and deliberation, I cannot help but think of my late mother, Queen Elizabeth, who in 1991 was also afforded this signal honor and similarly spoke under the watchful eye of the Statue of Freedom above us. Today, I am here on this great occasion in the life of our nations to express the highest regard and friendship of the British people to the people of the United States. Now, as you may know, when I address my own Parliament at Westminster, we still follow an age-old tradition and take a Member of Parliament hostage, holding him or her at Buckingham Palace until I am safely returned. These days, we look after our guests rather well, to the point that they often do not want to leave. I don't know, Mr. Speaker, if there were any volunteers for that role here today.
Beautiful,
George. Okay, so George, that's it. He made some highlights there. He said United Kingdom and United States are irreplaceable, unbreakable, emphasizing the bond the both nations have. So what do you say about this appearance there? Mm-hmm.
Well, to me, this visit is not accidental. Okay. It is a calculated diplomacy dressed in royal ceremony. At a time when projects power through disruption and unpredictability, the British Crown is deploying a different kind of influence. Quiet control through respect, symbolism, and history. Listen to this. This is very important. You remember that Trump started looking at Canada to annex Canada and plays around with it. Ever since then, you see the British royalty begin to appease this man some kind of way with diplomacy. Let's be clear. This is not appeasement in a weak sense. It's strategic engagement. You don't confront volatility head on when the stakes are global. You manage it, and this is what King Charles is doing. pay attention from the time Trump started threatening, or taking Canada, doing this. By giving Trump the stage, the honor, and the optics of alliance, the monarchy is subtly reinforcing boundaries without triggering any resistance. Because in geopolitics, ego is not ignored, it's managed. It's managed. And that's the deeper play here. Stabilize the transatlantic relationship, keep America anchored within its traditional alliances, and prevent personality driven leadership from drifting into policy disruption. This is what we are seeing, because you see, Britain, they are very wise. And you see, King Charles, when he comes out, see the tone he was using. It was friendly, it was
Very
diplomatic,
friendly.
he was hitting a lot of points without actually mentioning Trump's name, without actually saying anything whatsoever. And it's only the wise that will understand. Okay, so this is not about fear of annexation or
Annexation.
or dramatic hypotheticals. It's about seasoned institution understanding something many overlook. Power
Yes.
is not exercised through force, but through influence, timing, and restraint. A
Tap
king
power.
in this, yes, a king in this sense is not competing with a king. He is
No.
reminding the system how power is actually sustained.
Sustained.
It's an age-old wisdom that this royal is applying here. It's incredible. When you're watching it, the optics are great. You look at the whole entire thing. You will not understand the inner wisdom that is being used by this man,
Use
by
this
the
man.
royalty. It's incredible. It's
Wow.
incredible. So
And
take off.
mhm.
Go ahead.
The
Go ahead.
wisdom, inner wisdom you've used to explain to us. Thank you so much. So, viewers, this is it. The king is in the United Kingdom. He addressed the Congress yesterday, and he emphasized the relationship both countries have, which he says it stands over 4 centuries now.
For
And
centuries.
yeah, 4 centuries. It's a citadel of democracy created by representing the voice of the American people and the advanced sacred rights and freedom of the British. George,
Can you just imagine that
mhm,
little statement you just made here?
that little
Speaks
statement.
volumes. It speaks
Okay,
volumes.
okay.
Volumes. Talking about democracy, talking
Mhm.
about the power of the cabinet, the House and the
Wow.
Senate, talking about
Yes,
leadership,
yes.
through the people, not by self-imposed power or self-imposed ego. This is all about democracy being promoted in a subtle type of way, because somebody came out and want to define democracy from their own perspective, not
From their own
from the
perspective.
way it's supposed to be.
It
And
should
that is
be. Hmm. Good. All right, George. Thank you very much. So he's still around. Is that correct? Will he be coming to
it's
Canada?
incredible.
Will he be coming to
Incredible.
Canada? Will he be coming to Canada?
I don't think that. I don't think
I don't think
he
so.
didn't plan. He didn't plan to do
Do that.
so.
Okay. Okay. All right, George. So we're moving on,
Mhm.
viewers. We just talked about the king in the United Kingdom, the king in the United Kingdom, in the United States. Let's come to also something happening not to be in the same United
Mhm.
States. James Comey. James Comey, George. We know what happened last weekend. Now, the former FBI director, James Comey, is being charged with threatening Trump's life, even though he's saying he doesn't understand what that means. Because what happened was he made some signs. He made a sign on an image sign on Instagram, his Instagram page last year, and that showed the seashells forming the number 8647. Now, 8647 is a slang term used to mean eject or remove. So what the FBI is claiming now is that those terms are being used to probably assassinate, threatening the life of the president, Donald Trump. And we know what just happened with the other man, Aaron something, the man that came into the banquet, the press banquet. So, George, what do you think? You think James Comey will be indicted for this? And it was one time.
This is the greatest jokes I've ever seen in my life. This is nothing but a witch hunt to the highest degree. This is like grown-ups in charge got mad about a beach picture, seashells. So they asked the grand jury to pretend it was a secret death code. Now, a former FBI boss, James Comey, is going to go and hire lawyers and start to defend himself, all because of what? Because a man cannot just, you call yourself a Christian, you're protecting Christians, but you don't know how to forgive. You just want to be, just go after every single individual that comes after you. This is what happens when you run out of real problems. A man arranges seizures on a vacation, and suddenly he says, threatening to the president. Next, they will indict someone for throwing a stick figure. This is not justice. This is nothing but tantrum in subpoena. It is laughable, and America is actually exposing themselves because of sycophancy over this president, and they need to be very careful. Because yesterday, while the King Charles was there, and then all of a sudden they posted something on social media: a king meets a king. A king meets a king.
Sure.
And you have seen this man again and again trying either to position himself as Jesus or position him. This is something, you see, pride is something that destroyed Lucifer. Pride is the same thing that brought about Nebuchadnezzar becoming an animal for 7 years until he came to his senses. If America is not careful, they will put this man to the place where his pride will really touch, the eye pupils of Almighty God, and something will happen that we will not like. I think that Trump was appointed for such a time as this, but he needs to be very, very careful. Very, very careful.
Very, very careful.
Once you begin to position yourself, you see, because what most Christians that are actually advising this man does not realize, go and read your Bible. He is acting like an antichrist.
But George, also, let's take note that just last Saturday, somebody attempted to sniff his life out. I mean, assassinate him. And we know that when there are these issues of threats of lives, the person becomes oversensitive. Everything now becomes like everybody is after you. So do you blame him? He's being very cautious of people threatening him and people not wanting him to leave. Don't you think that this
listen. Every single president that ever came up in America faced the same exact thing, but his own is a little different because he doesn't follow the rules. He makes it up. He doesn't follow the constitutional provision given. Look at the war in Iran. He was not supposed to be the one single-handedly going to war there. You're supposed to go to the Congress. You're supposed to go to the Senate. They approve it and you go. But he single-handedly did it. He did not consider NATO. He did not consider all his allies. He went to that war. And that is the reason why one of the things that King Charles is doing right now is appeasing that volatile relationship between UK and America. Because UK, the Prime Minister says, I'm not helping you. You didn't consult me when you started this war. You should have consulted us. Let us know what you're doing. Then we decide if you can go. Then we'll support you. But don't go and throw yourself into a war and want me to come and protect you. It doesn't work that way. That's what you're seeing here.
That's what's playing out here. Okay, so you're not considering the fact that several attempts of assassination could also be having an impact on him psychologically and in other way too. That's not an issue for you, George, no?
No, I mean, listen, I love this man called Trump. I do. Because he is one individual that can do things that a lot of people will not do. He's one individual that can actually step up and do something that a lot of people diplomatically or, will be afraid even to attempt. So I believe that this man was actually appointed by God, but for such a time as this.
Yes.
But he needs to be very, very careful,
Okay.
because when you begin to step on the step on the toes of God, like Lucifer did, it becomes an issue. So he needs to tread lightly. That's all I can say. And if anybody who is a Christian or some of these sycophantic preachers that are advising him, they need to wisen up and let the man understand the way to operate. When you begin to operate, you begin to want to size yourself and become Christ and lay hands upon people and put yourself in the pictures and all those type of things. You are playing with a dangerous game. God does not play like that. Grace can cover you, but don't become a madman in the midst of it.
Okay, George. Thank you. So there you go, viewers. I hope you're still following up. This is SSM Wednesday African Update. George, let's come to Nigeria. We've done some Friday kind of news, the international one. So let's come home. There was this very gruesome video that circulated internet day before yesterday to yesterday, and we don't want to show it here because we might be censored. YouTube might block us. But it's a video of a young man that was caught in a town called Efuru in Delta State. Yes, and the Delta State Police man took it in his hands to shoot the guy right there in the public. Now, what is his crime? They say they found bag of rifle. He was way-billing to somebody else somewhere in another town, another city. So they felt they knew he was into a gang, syndicate kind of thing. But killing him that way, was that right, George? Did you get that story?
Yeah, I got the story. This is a cold-blooded extrajudicial execution. Not police, not policing. It is not policing. A bound, unarmed man pleading for his life, bound, shackled, was shot. First of all, shot in the leg, then in the head in the broad daylight among everybody. The officer violated every rule of engagement. Arrest and transfer is not enough for this. It's not enough. This demands public prosecution and maximum sentence. No suspect, regardless of the kind of crime that person committed, deserves, this type of summary execution on the street. This is jungle justice by the police. You bound the man. What are you killing him for? And as a matter of fact, this type of extrajudicial killing is supposed to life sentence, or even himself needs to be executed for
George,
killing an animal.
Let's just show a picture, not the video of this whole thing. So those are our viewers that probably don't know the story can have some clue to what we're saying. So the young man you see there that is on the ground is the man, and the police officer with the gun. If you're watching, on your left-hand side is the police officer that did that act. So they killed the boy. And like George is saying, is terrible. George, but the Delta State Police Command has issued a statement this early morning to that whole thing. They said the incident sparked widespread outrage, public concern. The boy is 28-year-old. And but the Delta State Police Command says everything is in control. They condemn the incident, and they are emphasizing that their command maintains zero tolerance for lawlessness, recklessness, and extrajudicial conduct. But he says they are looking into the case, and they've also called to the family of the boy. So, but George, one thing we should highlight here is extrajudicial killing is common in Nigeria. Policemen do it. They kill criminals. Yes, we know they are criminals, but they kill them at the back of their barrack, their police station. They kill people just to take them off. We know that was one thing that necessitated the NSAS protest. Remember NSAS?
Yes.
One of
Yes.
the reasons.
Yes. There is we have a law. When you arrest somebody for this, you lock them up. Let them go through the process, judicial process. You just don't come and execute somebody. I don't give a care what the case might be. You are the executioner of the law, and you cannot violate the law while you are executing the law. That's exactly what you're seeing here. So this man must be brought to justice. And it's more than likely that he was eating or chewing crystal meth, because no sane man can do this when a man is bound on the ground and you're shooting him and shot him in the head. Can you imagine? Shot him in the head. It's not like he was making noise and you shot him on the leg and then let him be. You shot him on the leg and then shot him in the head. No, that man needs a psychological evaluation, and he needs to be imprisoned, going through that judicial justice. Honestly speaking, this is crazy. And this such a thing should not be tolerated in our country, because what we see our law enforcers, what they are doing now, they are very reactionary. After the incident happens, they come and appease the public. No. This is unacceptable. It is unacceptable. Yes.
Okay. So we condemn that whole incident, and the police say they are also condemning it. But we want to also tell the police force, Nigerian police force,
must be served here.
Justice must be served in this one. Even if the boy is the hardest criminal in the world, that killing was out of conduct. That's not proper. That's like we're in a banana republic, like they would say.
If he wants to kill, if he is so bloodthirsty, we have Islamic terrorists terrorizing all over the place.
Okay.
Why not you go after them?
Okay.
Rather than coming and killing, somebody simply because he found a gun in his hand.
Okay, let's bring in our doctor, Dr. Olufemi Oba Karonwi from the United Kingdom, London. Doctor, you are welcome, the big doctor.
Doki.
How are you, Sir George?
I'm awesome.
Hey,
how
my
are
brother Mark. How are you doing, sir?
You are welcome. It's good to see you, Doc.
Yes, sir.
Doc, the discussion has gone a little bit far, but you're still there. We understand your tight schedule, but you still make our time to deal with us. It is the extrajudicial killing in Efuru, Delta State that we're just wrapping up. What's your take on that? Do we have to kill criminal one by one, blow their head off?
I think it shows the level at which we have dehumanized ourselves, the level at which we have made life worthless in Nigeria, and also is the level at which we have made the value of humanity so small. Now, this is just the video evidence of what has been happening for many, many years. Thank God for the era of telephone and video. If this had not been on recorded, it would have been denied. That is one. Secondly, extrajudicial killing is rife in the Nigerian sphere, especially the military, because they feel that they are above the common Nigerians. Now, what had also increased this to the fore is the social media too has its own part of this. The hyping of, let these terrorists kill them off. Let these terrorists, let's just wipe them away. We have forgotten there's something called human rights. Yes, these terrorists are devilish, they are evil. Now, when they have surrendered or they've been captured, you cannot and you are not allowed to kill them. It is important for us to put that in perspective. So we need to put that into perspective when we're dealing with issues like this. So when we're talking about extrajudicial killing in the sphere of Nigerian politics and Nigerian security, we should also know that the rest of the world is watching. And when the rest of the world is watching, people will be accountable for the life of Nigerians that have been killed extrajudicially or without the courts putting that into perspective. So when we see this video, it is just a tip of the iceberg of what is happening behind closed doors. So can you imagine how many Nigerians, how many people have been killed because there's some people who just feel that their life is worthless and I'm just hungry and I need to shoot my shots. And that's what we have here. It's sad.
It's sad. It's sad.
It's sad. Yeah, so very good words, Dr. Olufemi. This one will really go far. We all know it's a common thing. Extrajudicial behavior is on in Nigeria. You know, that was what necessitated the NSAS. This is one of those reasons too. The youth said, let's talk about it. And it still happens. It still happens every day. Yes, it's not so, but I like your connecting it to also we are the terrorists. But do you compare the terrorists to a pickpocket or a small-time thief? It's not comparable. These terrorists are deadlier. They come and they take over. In fact, we'll talk about some of the things that have happened recently. Adamawa, I hope you guys all know there was a deadly shooting in Adamawa. We have also some children, school children that have been kidnapped this morning. And we also have right there in Kwara State, there are villages in Kwara that have been deserted completely because terrorists have taken over. So do we compare this hardcore terrorists with petty thief, small thieves, street thief, pickpockets? I mean, the comparison.
I mean, listen to this. This is akin to, a politician, snake swallowing billions of dollars, and then all of a sudden, we give excuses for those. We allow them to come back and run for office again, versus a man who is so hungry that he stole a loaf of bread and they stone him to death. Think about it for a moment. Recently, they just, reintegrated into the community, a lot of so-called repentant terrorists. So-called repentant terrorists. They have maimed, they have killed, they have slaughtered, they have just messed up, many cities in Nigeria. And then you come out and you tell us, oh, they are repentant. And then you re-engage them into the communities and into the society again. And then because somebody was found with a gun that they allegedly, because it's very possible that this might not be the case. It's possible that they're making up all these stories in order to justify the killing. But what does one got to do with the other? So that's what we are saying. Right here is almost like the terrorists are just every single day. But I have never seen when they have, what they capture them. Where's the judicial department in the whole entire equation? How many of them have been jailed? Because when we think about all these things, it's insanity among us. You're killing somebody over here, shooting them in the head, and the man was bound, shackled on the ground. If you're so bloodthirsty, let them put them back over there. Take them to Adamawa, take them to Bauchi, take them to all those places we've gone. So let them go and fight the terrorists rather than coming over here and killing innocent citizens. Because he is innocent until proven guilty. So he killed an innocent man as far as we are concerned. That's what the law says. Innocent until proven guilty.
Okay. There's a caveat to this. Now, the caveat is this. We also in the media and also on social media need to take responsibility for this incident.
Okay.
This is the second side of it. We kept saying, kill them. Whenever you get them, kill them. Now they have done it. They have done it. And now we are now saying they are doing it. The problem with Nigerians is this: we do not follow laws.
Okay.
But when those laws catch up, all of us wash our hands and then we're blaming this guy. We always say it on this group, on this platform. Oh,
Yes.
these terrorists, kill them off. Now they've killed them, and now we are complaining.
Is he a terrorist? Is he a
Now,
terrorist?
he said they found a gun on him.
Is he a terrorist?
Listen, now we are now interrogating. We are now interrogating.
No, because you have to be, what I'm saying is this. Listen to this. This man, even if he was a terrorist, the man is bound on the ground, shot on the leg, and eventually shot on the head. There is no justification whatsoever any place in the world where you can con this and want to blame the social media or you blame anybody. This is crazy. So no justification of any kind. You can't.
Yes, I'm not justifying anything. I'm just letting us know. No, I am letting us know that I'm not justifying this. No, don't get me wrong. I'm not justifying this.
Is he a terrorist?
Hold on, Sir George. Hold on.
Okay.
I am taking responsibility. We are in the media and social media need to take responsibility for this. Yes. We are the one hyping the military. Whenever you get the terrorists, kill them off. It doesn't happen like that in the world. It doesn't. Now, to them, kill them off does not say when you hold them, you bound them, don't kill them. When you hold them, you bound them, take them to the station. We are saying kill them off. We were not putting a line there. Now, this had happened in the past. Under President Jonathan, the instruction was whenever they get the terrorists, kill them off. When the military were doing this en masse in the north, you know what happened? The Amnesty International took record of all this and they reported the Nigerian military. And when they reported the Nigerian military, some of them were put on red alert that they will be arrested and tried as war criminals. So that was what stopped it. That was what stopped this extrajudicial killing. Extrajudicial killing had been done in the past. What I'm saying is this: we were hyping the military. Whenever you get them, kill them. Now, what happened is this: you said something, Sir George, and you are guilty of what I'm saying with this. What I'm saying this is, you said those have been rehabilitated, they were released, you are condemning it. That is the United Nations treaty. And I said, whenever they've been arrested, they have gone through rehabilitation, they should be released. They were following that protocol. You condemn it now. You just condemn it now. Now, that is what the United Nations treaty speculated. When they are arrested, they are gone through a process, they should be released. But you are now said they should not be released. And then this guy just taking it beyond.
They should go through the judicial system, found guilty and jailed. That's what it is.
Not. It doesn't work like that. Let me explain. Let me tell you what. Let me tell you how.
Them. You are encouraging them to continue doing the evil.
Now look at this now.
They are killing people, massacring
and they
children.
just killed one. They just killed one. So that police officer, I just killed one of those killing people. That is what you have just said the message.
This is Delta State. This is not in Adamawa. This is not in Bauchi. This is not in one of those places where terrorists are, killing people. This is a civil situation in a society. Ofuru, for goodness sake, what are you talking about? You're comparing apples and oranges.
Listen. What you are saying, what you are saying, you did not say when we say it on social media, we don't say when you arrest somebody in Lagos who is a terrorist, don't kill him. When you arrest somebody who is a terrorist in Adama, we don't say that. Unfortunately, let me tell you, unfortunately, the social media, listen, I'm just saying that we in the social media, we who are civilians, are the one hyping this. When these people
is hyping anything, nobody, listen to me, listen. Follow the system. There is a judicial system in Nigeria. When somebody who is a terrorist, who is a kidnapper, is arrested, nobody is telling you kill them. Take them through the process of the judicial system. When they found guilty, jail them. That is what is prescribed. But to bring a bunch of, these idiots, uneducated derelicts in the north, and then you say you put them together, give them wives and all that because repentant. They are killers. We see it happening every single day. That is, when you compare what happened in Delta State to that is absolutely nonsense.
If I tell you those who are victims of those who are victims of kidnapping in Delta State will not agree with what you just said now.
Yes.
Anybody is a victim of kidnapping in Delta State will disagree with you.
Yes.
If you are a victim of terrorism in Delta, a kidnapped victim in Delta State will say what you are saying is wrong. Anybody that is found that to look that's a kidnapper, kill him. That's what they will say.
That's what they will say.
All right, gentlemen. Was this man? No. Question you have to ask yourself is, in a situation like this, they said that he was trying to weigh bail gun to somebody. Way bail. He was not with a gun shooting anybody. He was way bailing a gun to somebody. And that requires
the gun to fight for
no. That requires no. Wait a minute. He was way bailing a gun to somebody in another state.
Is the gun to fight for pop?
Maybe the gun is for protection. Because
this one is off. This one is off.
How can it be off?
We're talking about what happened 3 days ago in Efuru, Delta State, and we are both gentlemen here are putting their various perspective to it. Anyway, what we say generally is extrajudicial killing should not be. We condemn totally.
But the point is, when you see these terrorists with brandishing their guns, nobody kills them, nobody shoots them. Okay? No. Hey, listen to me.
George. George, don't say
that. George, don't say that.
Can I ask a question? Can I finish my sentence? What we have seen is the military doesn't confront them.
No.
I disagree with you.
What are you talking about?
I have videos. George, was it not me and you that talked about General Husseini Ibrahim? Yes. Imagine our brigadier general being killed.
Go and check his record. Go and check his record in terrorism.
Yes.
Go and check his records.
Yes.
Go and check his past records.
What I'm saying to you,
do you know that?
That's a disgrace to his memory. What you just said that is a disgrace to his memory.
No. Listen to me. I said, when these people are going into the villages and killing people, and information, is released to the military or to the force, they don't show up until after.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
So many times. What are you doing?
Do you know how large Nigeria is?
Yes,
do you know how wide Nigeria is? The military cannot have boot on every soil in Nigeria. One. Secondly, they look for soft targets. These people are evil. They look for soft targets and they look for where the military has just left. They go back in there. Before the information comes, there is one in front, there's one in the back. Nobody hears about where the military has been successful. They only hear about when the military have failed. And for you to say that military have failed all across, it is unfair.
It's unfair. It's single digits. Compared to what is happening every day all over the place. We've had it so many times where information came that these people are coming. Nobody shows up until
how many times have this? Only when it doesn't work that you hear it. Whenever it works, you don't hear it. Whenever they attack and they neutralize these evil people, nobody talks about it. But when they don't show up, that's what you talk about. It's about the police. Mark, let me just drop it. It's like the police. Yeah. Everybody condemn the police, but when you're in trouble, you call the police. You call the police, and then you condemn the police. That's what you're talking about.
But you call them because it's their duty.
That's what I'm saying. It's their duty to fight the terrorists. They are doing it. You are rubbishing them. Whenever they don't turn up, you make them look as if they are evil. They are not doing anything. But they are paying with their lives every day. They are paying with their lives. For you to say that they are not doing anything, it's unfair.
All right,
They're
gentlemen.
not doing enough.
Let's
They
go to
are
other
not doing
stories.
enough. We know
Yeah,
this.
not enough. Yes, not enough.
They're not doing enough.
I see the passion you guys bring. I love this. So, but let's talk
Because
about.
I'm looking at the story that we're about to tell right now.
Yes,
That's
let's
the
talk
reason why I'm
about.
talking about this.
Let's talk about xenophobia. Is that the story you want us to talk about?
No,
George?
I'm talking about the 29 that was just killed.
Okay, in
That was
Adamawa.
killed in Adamawa.
Yeah. But we've talked about it.
Children.
Yes, children
Kidnapped, slaughtered from their beds.
Okay. So, but Dr. Femi, what we will say again is, at this point, can't the military, both all the forces we have, can they increase the number of recruits? Because what this means is we have short hand, we have few hand taking service to this office. I mean, if we have more numbers in the military, in the Navy, in all of these forces, I mean, they'll be coming to the incident right on time.
I disagree with you there.
No, we need to increase
let me explain the problem we have in Nigeria for you quickly.
Okay.
The military, the army is doing the work of the police.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem.
So why can't the army increase their number? Why can't they do more recruits?
We need to increase. We have a shortfall in that. Have a shortfall in that. There's a recruitment going on at the moment, but the major problem is that the army is doing the work of the police. The police is now being put in the background. What we should have done is increase the mobile police force. And the mobile police force, and the mobile police force used to curb all these pockets of this, so that the police will be in the local. And that's one of the reasons that the government is insisting on local policing, state policing. For example, if you want to employ every police within the community. They know that everybody in that community, they almost know. So when they have strange faces or evil faces in the community, they know how to mobilize. You don't need to call anybody from the state capital to come and defend you. You call somebody from this local government headquarters, which is just 10 minutes or 15 minutes away from you, to come in there. The police headquarters from there, they will come with their jeeps and their trucks to come and quell those. You don't need to call from Adamawa to call from what's called Yobe, Tabaraba to come and help you with the command there. When it's policing becomes state, it becomes a state business. Then we begin to fight insurgency. All these things we are talking about, condemning the military, we are still just doing rhetorics. Until state policing take over. State policing.
George,
the governors are collecting money. The governors are collecting money for security votes every month. They are bandits. The greatest bandits are the greatest people doing justice to insecurity in Nigeria are state governors. They are collecting security votes. These are being increased, but we are blaming the central government. We are blaming the central army. But the state police have taken off. If they are taking off, those within those communities, when they see those bikes of those evil animals on their bikes, they know that, and they know they are going to kill their own people. They are going to kill their own people.
You agree, George? You also agree with me that we need to do more recruits. Now, the secret to recruit more personnel in these forces is incentives. Arrange incentives that will make young people want to come in. I mean, most Western countries give scholarship. They do all these educational plan for their recruits. So Nigeria, because we're 200 and something million people, we cannot all just be hanging around when there are spaces to be occupied. George, go ahead.
See, this multifaceted solution to this entire thing. The bottom line to it is this: Nigeria, we are playing games, whether we like it or not. We have been playing games for the longest. We're still playing games up until today. When we are serious, believe me, when we are really, really serious, and especially the ones in power, the ruling class, when they are serious, then you will begin to see we are at war, whether we like it or not.
We are
at war. So the military is the one supposed to be handling this situation, because you're dealing with people who that has amassed all manner of, I'm talking about powerful weapons that they're getting. Who is giving them these weapons? Where are they getting the money to get it from us?
The Western world.
You pay them.
The Western world.
Yeah. Western world.
Yeah.
The Western
The
world.
Western, yes.
Yeah, let's keep on blaming them. But what I'm saying is this.
Do any country in Africa manufacture ammunition? The answer is no.
No, there is black market.
So there is a conspiracy in this.
Yeah. No, I don't think it's just people that are buying guns, that are selling guns. The back door. They're doing it. And when you have money, they will sell it to you. And that's what we are seeing. It's become one of the most profitable business to kidnap, maim, destroy, and run people away from their villages. It's a good business. Think about it for a moment. When the government is negotiating with terrorists and paying them, billions upon billions of naira, what do you saw them putting all this money, a house full of money together. So, we are playing games. We are at a point right now, at a strategic inflection point, whereby we have to make a decision. Are we going to go after these people with every might we have? Are we going to come?
You can't go after them the way you are saying, Sir George. You kept on saying this. The strategy of insecurity, of security, is not that straightforward. Do you want to go into a village and get look for? We write terrorism in front of their forehead. They mingle with the people.
Keep on giving excuses and let people.
It's not excuses. Go and Sir George, yes, insecurity is not the way you are making. You are making it look as if those who are talking about stay in zone A, we are in zone B. When we come back, we come to the middle.
We have intelligence.
Sir George, you've been watching too much movie.
No, we have intelligence.
All right, gentlemen, we can't do news today if we're not talking about a very serious issue happening in Africa, and that's xenophobia. We talked about this last time, Dr. Olufemi and I, but it's still coming stronger and stronger. And the Nigerian community now is calling on the federal government to come to their aid. People are being beaten broad daylight because they are not South Africans. People are being killed, even shot at. They killed broad daylight. They killed a young Ethiopian man 3 days ago. So let's see this clip. Then we talk. What we're seeing is South African.
Why my black back there with a stripe?
What we're seeing there is
nylon back. Check.
South African indigenes going street by street, bringing out foreigners, foreign Africans, and beating them for no reason, hitting them, assaulting their shops,
and even children are being affected by this. They're even running people out of hospitals. So now listen to this. You see, this is one of those things that that when we think about it, it's just so sad that South Africa, that Nigeria single-handedly spent more than $1 billion during the apartheid to save these people. To save them. They fought with them as brothers. Now, all these weak and beggarly, uneducated, poor people are out there now blaming foreigners for their own situation. This is akin to what you see in Nigeria. The Amajiris, they don't want them to go to school. When all of a sudden they don't go to school, they don't have any other skill that they can amass, through education. And then when they grow up, they have nothing to do, but they become terrorists. This is what you're seeing. These men are weak. They are poor and weak. They won't go after the white people that have been oppressing them for many years. They're coming after their own brothers who fought with them to gain their own independence. I think I tell you what, Nelson Mandela will be turning in his grave today over what these people are doing. Because when you look at these people, you can tell that they have no skills, they have nothing to do with them, with their lives, and they find somebody else to blame for their own poverty and their, despicable state of affairs. Go after the white people that have been oppressing you for many years. Everything that is owned in South Africa today is owned. Anything that is worthwhile is owned by white folks. But they won't go after them. They're coming after their own brothers. So it is so sad. It is so unacceptable. I don't even know what to say about this, because when I saw the extent that they have gone, killing, maiming, even children being affected. They go to businesses, they tell them, close your business. If you come back here again, we'll come and burn you down. Can you just imagine that? People, a man who is married to a South African, the wife died a few years ago. Okay, his children are all South Africans. They say, oh, take your business away. Take them, go with them. We don't want you here. What kind of mentality is that? This is lack of education, lack of enlightenment.
It's a shame.
Trying to find somebody to blame. It is sad.
It is a shame.
So sad.
Dr. Femi, you said.
Hold on, before Dr. Femi, before you come in, I think that what we need to do is to go to all the embassies around the world. All Africans need to come together, go to all the embassies around the world. Because one of the problems we are having is the government is not saying anything.
That's why nobody has. No government has said anything.
And hijack all their embassies in order to let the world hear and know what is going on. And then maybe the government will rise up and say something. After all, Jacob Zuma, didn't he go to school in Nigeria? He went to school in Nigeria. These people are just nuts. And
Dr. Femi, don't they know that their people are also scattered around the world? People could decide to also begin to hit them and drive them away. I mean, there are South Africans everywhere.
The problem we have there is that the group that are doing this are the low life, uneducated, and they have big educated ones amongst them. That is one. The second part of it is that the government is complicit in it. South African government is complicit in it. What they're doing is that because they cannot meet up with the social responsibility within the community, they now quickly push it to this one. So they are focused on that. So the reason why we're not getting anything from government is because of you. So the government of South Africa is complicit in this. Now, we want to tell me that if this is happening, that people are attacking government institutions in South Africa, the South African government will fold their hands. No. The only person that has openly condemned this is Malema.
Malema, yeah.
Malema is the only one that openly condemned.
He's facing troubles because of all of that.
Yes. Now the government have been quiet. The government of quiet are almost like quiet. I think the way forward is this. It's not about only that. For example, the biggest investors in retail in Nigeria are South Africans. What's it called? ShopRite is owned by South Africans.
We need to close it down.
MTN is owned by South Africa.
We need to close it down.
So we need to close them down. If you are really serious about this,
run them out of the country.
Yeah. Then they will now go back home and then begin to correct their ways. But if those people, if those people begin to see the effect of what they are doing in the locality, they begin to do. I saw the other day, there's a woman, pregnant woman, being chased out of the hospital by fellow women. These people are animals. They say, oh, you can't have your baby in here because you are not South African, you are from Zimbabwe. I say, what? These low-life South Africans chasing a heavily pregnant woman out. Go back to Zimbabwe and go and have a child. He said, my husband is South African. I said, they don't care.
They are now telling the men, that the South African men that married those women, that they should all go away with the women, that they are no more bona fide South African citizens.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine how this low life? So are we now regretting that we invested in their freedom?
Can you imagine?
Are we now because I remember when I was in university in the late 80s and 90s, that and early 90s, I remember there were South Africans in my university.
All universities.
They were South African, University of Ibadan. Because in 1990, I was president of the University of Ibadan. So I know that there were students who were South Africans, because during the holidays, they don't go. They don't leave the campus. So what we're doing is, as a student union, we have programs to help them to integrate in Ibadan in those days. So I was aware of it.
Because apartheid was dealing with them. They were probably, these ones, their parents also were found guilty of a crime or two, and they had to come out, they ran away to other parts of Africa. Now they are the ones beating their fellow brothers. It's sad. South Africans, you need to stop this. Xenophobia is not allowed. You can't be doing this to people that are like you, people that have the same color and reasons like you, because they lost out, like you guys just said. They lost out in making life for themselves, and they're now taking the blame, putting the blame on foreigners. But they say they took their job, they took their shop, they took their women, they took their this, they took their that, you know. Where were you when they were taking those things? That's the question. Where were you? Where were you sleeping?
They are weak and beggarly. They are weak and beggarly. And that's
exactly my word. My word.
They are weak and beggarly. And it's such, you know, just go back to school.
Yeah.
Go back to school.
All right, let's wrap it up with a Lagos story. I don't know, George, you're following that. We saw what happened. The governor of Lagos State endorsed another governor to be his vice, actually. And now the other people are saying this is not correct. This won't stand. That there has to be a primary. The people have to pick the choice of governor, and not the one somebody will raise his hands up and give public. Dr. Femi, what do you know about Hamza being endorsed by the Lagos State governor? And why did the Lagos State governor do that?
Hamza was not endorsed by Lagos State governor. There's what we call the GOC in Lagos.
Okay.
They've always been the one that will screen and put people in front. And in the past, this is not new to Lagos State process of governorship. Even the mighty Fashola, where he went through this process, some people rebelled against it. They say he's not a politician. They left. I remember that's what made the late what's his name? I remember his name. This big boy of Lagos left. They left AD at time. Tokumbo Dosumu and Co. Dosumu and this other guy. I remember his other name. He has this Lagos Island men. They left AD at that time. Went to go and contest, and they lost election to Fashola. And Fashola, look at what Fashola has done all these years. Now, also, you could see when Ambody's turn was, when it was time for Ambody, it was taken out of the stock. That's a stock of the way they run the Lagos State.
GAC.
Yeah, GAC, yes. GAC. The Governor's Advisory Council. Made up of the old politicians of Lagos, the real old politicians of Lagos. Those are elderly men. And what they do, they go through the screening through that. And so some of it I do go through that, get through that, went to go and, for example, Jendo refused to accept when Sanwo-Olu was there. He went, he's back in ADC now, APC now. So now what we're talking about here is this. The reason why they run, how they run the Lagos State thing is this. Anybody that's going to be Lagos State government must be in that system. They don't want somebody that will come in there and then rock the boat and start all over again. Then all the project they were doing, stop the project. And that was almost what happened to Ambody. A lot of people say it was because he fell out with somebody else. No, he fell out with the GAC. Ambody fell out with the GAC, and what they did was to endorse that he's not coming back. So they had to even instruct Jagaban that He's not coming back because he went out. He went out because he had issues with Fashola. Most of Fashola's projects were stopped by Ambody. Most of the projects that were done by Ambody, he started them by himself. Even to the extent that there was one major thing that actually destroyed Ambody's legacy. There were the bin, the kind of rubbish in Lagos was allocated to local government leader, at local government level. What Fashola did was Ambody to go and buy sweeping machine. And when they did that to the local leaders, the local women were employed to sweep the road, sweep the town, so that they get employment at the grassroots level. At the grassroots level, they were getting all the local women that used to sing around. They gave them jobs to clean and sweep Lagos roads. So they gave them employment through that. You know what? Fashola canceled that, and somebody canceled that and bought the kind of electric trucks that were sweeping roads. He bought them. So he stopped all those ways. The women now said, this man must not come back. So they forced Jagaban's hand in this, in the removal of Ambody. Now, in this case, GAC had gone through this. They sit down in that GAC. You go through the process. You go through the screening of GAC, and that's what they had. In Ambody and Fashola and Sanwo-Olu's case, they went through the GAC. GAC refused Ambody at that time. That's why Ambody came out, and people like Dele Momodu and Co. started backing Ambody against GAC, and that was one of the reasons why they did not even want Fashola back, because they were openly abusing the GAC through Ambody and Dele Momodu and Co. So when you do that to elderly people in Yoruba culture, it is very difficult for you to come back and say, I did not say that. So that was one. So anybody that is going through this process, that not go through the process that Hamza is going through, that will come back, they will just be watching them. They are elderly people, they'll just be watching you. Is this Lagos? We are the ones that run Lagos. They are the kings of Lagos. So whoever that is, that is their culture. That's the culture of politics in Lagos. Every nation, every society has their culture, and it's work for them.
You know what? I believe what you are saying.
Nice.
Because I remember when during Jonathan era, when we are campaigning for Jonathan, we went to see not only of Ife, but the Lagos State what's his name? The former police officer before he became, the one that said I will throw you into the Akeolu. Oba Akeolu. I went to his palace. We went to his palace to see him. And that was when I knew the power of royalty in Yoruba land. Because when we went there, and then we were with Ifan Yuba to see him. So Ifan Yuba made a comment and put his hand on his chest. Oh my God. Come to see what happened. He said, you hit your hand on your chest in my palace. Everybody cowered. Ifan had to get off from the chair, and sat on the ground. I am telling you. And let me tell you, in our presence, what you're saying is true. I think Ambody was related to him. Was he not?
Yeah.
He swore to us that day, Ambody will not see that seat again. He will not. And I was wondering, I said, is democracy working here or what? I was just wondering in my heart. I didn't say a word. But I understand what you're saying. So the GAC is the one that controls who steps up or who is going to represent them. And if you defy them, you're gone.
You are gone because they hold grassroots.
But does this mean that the election, the polling, the votes of the people of Lagos doesn't matter if the GAC doesn't endorse?
It does. I'm talking about the party level. Let me explain. Let me tell you something that happened with GAC. When the GAC when in the era of the SDP and PRP under Agbala Jobi and Sarumi, when they disagreed, then the GAC told them, both of you are our sons. Go and agree amongst yourselves who is going to contest. Both of them said no. You know what the GAC said? People go and vote for who you like. And that was why Sir Otedola became governor. Because both of the GAC did not support any of the two of them. Said, because you disobey us, People will now vote for who they like. But the thing is if they endorse you, because they own the grassroots, they own the grassroots. They were the one that gave instruction that the people go and vote for Sir Otedola. Because the two of you disobey us, we will punish the two of you. That's why they punish the two of them. Since then, nobody has defied them. What happened is this: they own the grassroots. They are the ones that are at the grassroots level of politics. They deal with people at the ward level. That's what they did was that the women in the market, the women on the street, they are the ones that the cleaning job, the little jobs that nobody is interested in, they are the ones that make sure those women are doing that and they have income from that. So what they do is that they deal with people at the grassroots level. They don't deal with people at the. So you are talking about democracy. The democracy is that most people that talk on social media don't vote. These women, they vote with their leg, their head, and their toes. So these are the people that do the leg work on the street. And when these people are on their side, you can't defeat them in the polls.
Thank you very much for putting this to light for us. So that's it. Even though the APC aspirant just says he doesn't agree because he's still in APC, the adjustment guy. He said he doesn't agree with the selection of Hamza.
I just said I cannot win a local government election.
Let's see how it plays come 2027. Gentlemen, thank you very much. We've done some extra time there. Let's go. We appreciate the updates. So, till we come again, George, any last word, anything?
Well, listen, we'll continue to pray for the Federal Republic of Nigeria, for the Almighty God to continue to bless our president with wisdom and give him the boldness and the confidence to do the right things that needs to be done, to follow the rule of law, and then to bring paradise to Nigeria as we're supposed to be enjoying ourselves.
Will paradise come to Nigeria?
It will come. It will come.
Okay.
It will come. We have to be proactive. We don't have to be reactive. And also, like I said, I was discovering somewhere this morning. I said, to move Nigeria forward, the young people have to get away from their beds and go from their seats and stop blaming the generation before them. Take the bull by the horn, go to the local government, grassroots, go and contest to be councillor, to be chairman of local government, and then go gradually, go to the grassroots. Don't wait on top and say people to just work for you. If you are the grassroots, the GAC we're talking about will notice you because you are working in the grassroots and they will know you. Election is local. Politics is local, not on social media. God bless Nigeria.
Powerful. God bless you guys. Bye-bye.